All right, guys. So I know I promised you guys some boys, or the boys, but I figured
That sounded so much worse.
the boys.
I promised you guys some boys.
I had some little boys, but I couldn't catch them. No. So anyway, the Amazon Prime show, The Boys. I was gonna talk about the new episodes, but then I realized there was so much content that it would just be out of place unless I started from the very beginning. And the thing is, we're not exactly the most timely of podcasts. Why not just start with, we're talking about the whitest kids you know, with like 2010. So I figured I'll start with episode 1, describe it like in summary, what happened, and then we'll just keep going until we get to the episode, I guess, 8 of season 4. Plus, we'll cover Gen Z as well, or Gen V, and the animated show as well. Then we'll move on to Invincible or something, or Amazon, or Fallout. I don't know. I'm fucking wasted. I'm not actually. I don't drink or drive.
You do both. You don't drink or drive. You drink and drive.
All right, so season 1, episode 1 of The Boys, which I guess came out in 2019, so it's not that long ago.
Surprisingly, no.
And but I'm into. I guess there's a new. It ended in season 5, by the way, if anyone wondering. It was created by Eric Kripke, the guy that created Supernatural, which is why you see so many actors from Supernatural. In you already had Dean, you had Bobby, you had their dad, John Winchester.
No, you did, didn't you?
He's in season 4 now. All this stuff to Sam. Like, come on, Sammy.
He's being Walker.
You even have God.
Oh,
Charlie, or whatever his name was. The Prophet.
Or Chuck Shirley.
Yeah, you have Chuck. He's in episode 4. And when we get to episode 4, you stay away from the episodes. And when I tell you what happened, you'll be like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. If you ever want to see what it looked like naked, is what I'm saying. You got no problem there. You can look it up right now. Which was not what I was going to say. Uncircumcised, by the way. Too much info, huh? On the Lord. I am wondering if Sam's going to do it or not. I hope he does.
He's too busy with his Walker Texas Ranger.
I thought they got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing now then.
He's waiting for that call up for the boys. I mean, you had Dean as Soldier Boy was a major component in season 3.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I guess you'd have to give something on par to him.
Moose.
I don't know what hero. So who knows? We'll see if Sam does it or not. Maybe he's not on good terms with Eric Kripke.
It's possible.
By the way, he loves to do that fucking. He's got his own like. Every director apparently has a trademark shot that they like to do, and Kripke's is the trunk open. When you open the trunk opens and you see the guy standing, you're basically in the trunk.
Yeah.
That iconic scene, that's all over the Boys. The consistent trunk open. All right, so the episode starts with an armored bank robbery that's stopped by Queen Maeve and Homelander, 2 members of the 7. Queen Maeve is their version of Wonder Woman, and Homelander is their version of Superman. They easily stop the bank robbers, and they save the day. They have a bunch of selfies with the fans. Like, Homelander, can I get a selfie? Of course you can. I'm Homelander. I'm America. Apple pie. And what is the other baseball?
Baseball and apple pie.
I wear the American flag as a cape, so he's American as can be. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Maybe he's German.
It's possible.
So we cut to Huey, one of the main characters, Huey Campbell. He works at this audio video store, and just a regular guy. Nothing special about him. No superpowers. He's just trying to make his way through the world, and he's trying to sell this woman all this electrical equipment. And he's trying to sell her like on a higher priced HDMI cable because it's carbon. It's more conductive, a little more expensive, but it's carbon and it's highly conductive. You'll love this one. So he's like, he's trying to make some sales.
Trying to upsell a little bit.
Yeah. And he meets his girlfriend Robin. And they're gonna go out to eat. And so they go outside. They're talking, and she takes a step off the curb, just one step off the curb, and moves over and they're like looking right at each other. Right? He's on the curb. She's on one step off the curb, and she just fucking disintegrates. Like she just turns into goo. Like 1 second she's there, and the other second there's just blood all over Huey's face. And the camera turns over, and this superpowered guy, A-Train, the Flash of this universe, has just run out through his girlfriend Robin, like run through her, like she fucking liquefied. The only thing about her left, other than blood and guts, is the two hands that Huey's holding.
Still, yeah.
He's just holding her two hands, and he just fucking flips out, which I don't blame him. He's like, Robin. And so we next go to Starlight, a superhero out of Des Moines, Iowa, and she's training, which is really inconsistent on their power scale here because she's 110 pounds, 5'6". And she's doing push-ups. She's doing pull-ups, right, one-handed, and she's struggling to do a pull-up, 110 pounds, right? Then the next scene, she's fucking lifting the back of a fucking truck, like a car. Like she's like, so I'm like, okay, how did you struggle to do a pull-up?
Right.
I never that still jars me to this day. And she's fucking punching holes into bricks. Like there's a brick wall that like their garage is separate from their house, and so she's punching through the fucking brick wall outside the garage, just making dents into it. And so she's super strong, and her powers are basically, she takes electricity from the environment and she generates energy attacks, like just energy flashes. And so they're not really electrical; it's light. So, but she needs electricity or electronics to even do. So her powers are confusing to me.
Yeah.
If they're electrical, there's no electricity. She's shooting bursts of light. So, but she needs electrical devices to power up her abilities. Without them, she's just super strong. Well, I mean, she's still super strong and super durable, but her main ability is the light attacks.
Right.
So her abilities kind of fucking always confuse me. Like they're not electricity based, being that she uses electrical devices to power herself up. So we come back to Huey. He's at home, and they had just finished a memorial for Robin, and Huey's dad. By the way, Huey's dad, who's also named Hugh Campbell, they're both Hugh Campbell, but Huey's called Huey, and the dad's called Hugh. The funny thing about Hugh is he played by Simon Pegg. Now the reason it's funny is that Simon Pegg is actually the likeness character that they used for Huey in the comic book. The writer used Simon Campbell as the physical representation of Huey in the comic book.
Right.
Like the likeness. He took the likeness. Like how Alan Moore took the likeness of that one musician for Constantine or whatever he said. I don't remember who he was supposed to be. But it's the same thing. Like he took Simon Pegg and just made him Huey Campbell in the like not like 100% likeness, but that was the the base.
Well, it's kind of like how Lucifer in DC Comics was modeled after David Bowie.
David Bowie.
That's why they look the exact same.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like Simon Pegg is the model for Huey, and so they made him the dad because he'd be too old to play Huey in the movie.
Right.
But it's a nice little, like homage, I guess, or a throwback. So they're sitting. They just get home. They're watching TV, and A-Train comes on into a press conference, and he says, like, "I'm sorry, I ran over that woman. My bad." He says it more tactfully, but that's basically what he said. Like, shit happens. I'm sorry. And then fucking Huey gets real mad because he said, like, I was chasing some bank robbers. She walked out on the street. He said she was a half step off the fucking curb. And you'll hear that a lot in this episode, half step off the fucking curb. But she basically was. She has one foot on the curb, the other one on the street. So the doorbell rings, and then one of the representatives for Vought, the company that funds the Seven, which is the Justice League team in this universe. Like they're all corporate owned, by the way, all the heroes. And so A-Train's part of the Seven, so he's part of the Vaught's company. He's their representative, or he's their hero. I guess mascot. I guess I don't know what to say. And so they're offering Huey a check for $45,000 if he signs his NDA. Not talking about what happened to Robin.
Right.
Huey's like, "Can I think about this?" And the guy leaves. So we go back to Starlight, and she gets invited to be part of the Seven. She'd been getting interviewed because one of the members of the Seven was retiring, so they needed a new member, so they decided to go with Starlight. So it goes back to Huey, and he's trying to build a wrongful death lawsuit against A-Train because they can't be criminally charged because they kind of work like police when they're in the field. They can't be criminal for damages that happen on the job.
While doing their job.
Yeah, so he's trying to figure out how to bring charges to the A-Train, and he gets in an argument with his dad because his dad wants him to sign the check and get this $45,000, and he's like, "Dad, I can't do that. What about Robin?" He's like, "Huey, you're not a fighter. You never have been. You don't have it in you. Neither do I." And then like, I was like, I would have been mad if my dad, like, you're not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. Like, you whip your dad's ass. I'll show you who's not a fighter. He just beats the hell out of his wimpy father. His dad's a wimp, by the way. Hugh Campbell is just like the saddest man that's ever lived. And so it goes back to Starlight, and she's at this red carpet affair, red carpet event, and it's the annual shareholders. What I write down here? The annual meeting of shareholders, and one of the members of the Seven, the Deep, who's their Aquaman, he's invited to speak on at the meeting, and he acknowledges that Lamplighter, their once part of the Seven, was retiring. After a long distinguished career, Lamplighter is retiring. Now, welcome the newest member of the Seven, Starlight. And Starlight comes out to the fucking the stage, and they're all happy, like, "Yay, Starlight!" And like the Deep's like doing his all fucking posing and shit. And so that's the Lamplighter's retiring. I guess if you want to know what the members are at the time, it was Homelander, Queen Maeve, the Deep, Black Noir, A-Train, Translucent, and Lamplighter. Lamplighter retiring is now Starlight. So, let's see. So the Deep takes Starlight to the very top of Vought Tower, floor 99, which is like their fucking like the Seven's like conference room where they meet. Like it's like they're like it's so cool. Like it's just like the highest point of the building, probably the highest point of the entire city. They have this whole like little V-shaped conference room. On one side you have three, on the other side you have three, and at the very like bottom of the V is the Homelander's seat. So it's like, you know, like branched out like that. Is the way I see it anyway. They could have changed it.
Yeah.
And so she's all excited. The Deep's like, "Oh, you happy to be on the team? All this and that, right?" And then they get talking. He gets to Homelander's seat, and she's like, "Is that his seat?" Homelander's, "Yeah, this is his seat. You want to sit down?" And she's like, "No, I can't do that." They start talking, and he starts saying like, "Oh, you like if she had a crush on Homelander," and she's like, "No." He always felt like Jesus, you know, like something so religious and like
Right.
like because like he's supposed to be so pious that no one would think about them sexually.
Right.
And she's like, "Yeah, actually, I had a poster about you, the Deep," and the Deep gets all like, "Oh," he's like a little bit embarrassed, right? So she starts talking about this and that, and she pans back over, and the Deep had folded his pants and was jacking his dick off. And she fucking flips, and she tries to walk away. He's like, "Oh, what's happened? What's she doing?" And he fucking coerces her by threatening her to be kicked out of the Seven if she doesn't blow him right then and there. And so the scene cuts from there, but he basically sexual coercion,
Right.
which is sexual assault, because the Deep was always he's never going to be a redeemable character.
No.
So for that was the point starting there, that he's going to have a downward arc forever. So it cuts back to Huey, and he's at a convenience store, and he's getting some food, just some regular whatever, and or some beer actually, and he closes the cooler, and he sees a picture of A-Train, because in this universe, the Seven are like the most fucking famous entity in fucking the world. So they have just like endless amounts of merchandise. Like he had fucking, so he sees this beer. It's like the Bullet Ale, like A-Train's Bullet Ale, and he starts having a panic attack because he sees A-Train. He turns around and looking at frosted A-Trains. This fucking cereal looks like Frosted Flakes. And then he walks around. There's a fucking a cutout of A-Train holding a Red Bull, and like the guy at the fucking counter is reading a magazine, and on the cover is A-Train. So he's like, "No, he's everywhere." So he has a fucking full on fucking panic attack seeing A-Train everywhere, and knowing he could never do anything about it. And oh wait, I did that fucking wrong, by the way. The annual meeting of shareholders was first. The Huey panic attack was second, and then the incident with the Deep and Starlight was third. My bad.
I mean, technically, it would have all happened
In the same, yeah.
in the order that you said it, but
So we cut to Translucent on Jimmy Fallon, and he's saying how Jimmy Fallon, he's on a talk show with Jimmy Fallon, like actually Jimmy Fallon, and he's asking him like, "So you turn invisible?" He's like, "No, actually, my skin's a carbon metamaterial, and it bends light," and like his hand disappears, but he has to be butt naked to be invisible. Like he can't be clothed at all, because they haven't figured out the Invisible Woman type material. They don't have Reed Richards, and so Huey's at work. It's late at night, and in the little bell rings. Someone walks in, right, and it's fucking Billy Butcher. You'll find a lot about Billy Butcher. And Billy's like, he's going through the little the bears, the nanny cam bears,
Mhm.
and it's like, oh, you looking for a little nanny cam? Those are really popular. And Billy's like, how many nannies you think really shake a baby? And he looks over a bit like at Huey. He's like, I'm sorry, like what, 1%, less than percent? How many you think really like getting a ketchup out of a bottle? And he starts shaking the shit out of this bear. He's like, how many you think really shake a baby for real? And he goes on to say like a crazy that $1 million business right there. You'd be surprised what you can sell people if you get them scared enough. So his philosophy is that if there could be like one woman, one nanny, it was like 10, 20 years ago, sugar baby, right? And ever since then, every parent's been freaked out. It may never happen again. It was just that one incident.
Right.
But you can sell like 1 billion fucking nanny cams on
Because of that.
that one incident forever. So he knows the game. So he talks to Huey, and he tells him that he's an FBI agent and that he's trying to figure out he wants to help him with his A-Train problem. So he takes him to this club that's a secret. Oh wait, let me not get too ahead of myself like last time. Let me see. Yeah, so he talks to Butcher for a little bit, and he takes him to this club that's fucking. Did I not write it down? Hold on. Everybody, calm down. I'm on it. Don't you even worry about it. Yeah, but I went too far again. No, I didn't. Here we go. Yeah, so he's talking to Huey for a little bit, and he takes him to this club where it's a secret club for soups where they can get away from the prying eyes of paparazzi because they're like mega celebrities in this world.
Mhm.
And there's this hero named Ezekiel who he's like a religious character. He's Caves for Christ, and he runs this whole fucking program, and like he's got the powers of Mr. Fantastic. So he's getting a blowjob from one guy. He stretches out across the room, swings over, and starts making out with these two other guys. And Huey and Butcher have to walk over his fucking body. It's the weirdest fucking shit. There's a fucking guy like Ant-Man's ability to get small, jumps into a woman's vagina. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So Huey's fucking just like imagine like something like you know something at a face value your whole fucking life,
Mhm.
and then someone comes in and shows you the thing behind the value, the face value,
Mhm.
and it just destroys your whole conception of, or your whole perception of what you thought was, And so he's like, so he takes him to the back of the club to look at this camera where A-Train and this other superhero are laughing at the fact that he killed Robin, right? He was girlfriend, and so this really like puts a just like this darkness over Huey. Like he gets real mad, and it cuts from there to Starlight back in at Vault Tower. She's throwing up in the bathroom, and she comes out of the bathroom. She cleans herself up in the sink. Queen Maeve's doing stuff too. Like she just it's like one of those like touch up stuff.
Yeah.
And they got the stalls. It's like kind of like an office bathroom, or like a bathroom in any building.
Mhm.
But like she's gonna end up living at that tower, so that's her regular bathroom. So it's kind of weird to me
Yeah.
that she's not having her own private room with a bathroom.
Right.
And so unless like her room is somewhere else, and that's just like the
The main.
bathroom for that floor.
Yeah.
But Queen Maeve gets mad at Starlight. Like, don't ever let them see you like this, because she's crying. She got her mascara all running, and like, don't let them show you how weak, or like, don't ever show them any weakness or something like that.
Right.
And she leaves. She said she calls Translucent a pervert, and she walks out. And Translucent just materializes. He's butt ass naked, and he's just been watching them in the bathroom. And he's like, oh, I guess I better just walk away. Just fucking a dick just swinging. And by the way, his dick to his belly button is real fucking far. And I don't know why that upsets me so much, but like the distance is, I guess because I'm so fat, my belly button's like close, right? Like like his dick's like miles away from his belly button. It's like one of the weird things you notice in people's bodies. I don't know why. So it cuts back to Huey and Butcher. They're in this bar just talking. And Huey's just like, his whole world's been shattered. So like he's like, so all our superheroes like this? They're all just horrible people? Even Homelander? And Butcher's like, no, Homelander's the exception. Man's a saint. Doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. Just the goodest of good. He's fucking lying, by the way. And he tried to get Huey to go to Vought Tower, sign the NDA, get the 45 grand, meet A-Train at the floor 99 in the seventh conference room where he'll plant a bug so a Butcher can listen in on their conversations. And Huey freaks out. He's like, I can't do that, and he leaves. So Butcher's like, well, fuck me. So now we meet Madeline Stillwell. We don't meet her. We met her earlier, but this is like her actual main scene for the episode. And she's talking to the mayor of Baltimore and how he's in line for a new superhero. And yeah, because like there's like 200 plus superheroes in the Vought family. So like all the main ones are like they're under Vought's umbrella. So every superhero is corporate affiliated. It's fucking weird.
It'd be like Superman being Daily Bugle.
Yeah, or like just fucking, or being part of like LexCorp or something.
Right.
I mean,
or Wayne Corps.
Exactly, wild. And so she wants to give him Nuvi and Prince, this superhero, but she wants $300 million a year for his services.
Right.
And he's like, ain't no goddamn way I'm paying $300 million for a superhero. I'll go as low as $200 million. And she's like, no, thank you. In the background, Homelander, actually, you see him fly by, and real quick, just for like a second, because they're like up in Vought Tower, really high up. You just see him zoom by one of the windows. And Baltimore's like, well, what happened if people find out about Compound V? And Stillwell, you could tell she doesn't put on a good face. Like for a second, she cracks. She's like, uh-oh, he knows about Compound V. And then the conversation ends there. And it goes back. So now Starlight's sitting. It's the next day. Starlight's sitting on a bench in the park. She's super depressed after what happened with the Deep. And he was in the seat next to her. And he's just eating a sandwich. Like he's just just eating. Something about him eating a sandwich is the weirdest thing on the scene because he's just fucking chowing down. I've never seen someone saddy before like that. He's like, I'm so sad. Can we eat this sandwich on this park bench? I'm sad. I'm a sad boy. I'm a sad little boy. Well, sandwich.
I'm a sad boy.
I'm Keanu Reeves. I'm sad. You ever seen that meme where he's eating the fucking food, just sad as fuck on the bench? And he notices that Starlight's crying, and they start talking, and he convinces her that regardless of what happened, right, she's a strong person, and she shouldn't let that thing keep her from doing what she loves to do, which is to be part of the Seven. Like she doesn't tell him that she's a superhero because she's actually in her alter ego, her like secret identity,
right,
as Annie January. So he just knows that she loves her job. If that guy ever does anything else, she's gonna knock his head clean off. He's like, oh shit. And him convincing her to, pick yourself up and keep going convinces him to go back to Butcher and say like, I'm in. And so he agrees to help Butcher. And so the next scene is the Seven meeting like officially for the first time. And with Starlight meeting Homelander and everyone at Queen Maeve and Translucent and Black Noir, they're all sitting. And she immediately gets disenfranchised by the fact that all they talk about is their merchandise getting stolen. Like Translucent's got a movie coming out 3 weeks called Invisible Force 2 or some shit. They're all movie stars, by the way. And he's like, someone pirated my movie 3 weeks before release. This is bullshit. There's unofficial Homelander t-shirts on Fifth Avenue. What the fuck? We're losing $1.2 billion every year. And they all have like 4 points of stock in merchandising, except for Adrian's like, you got 4 points? What the fuck? And then, of course, Homelander's like, guys, what are we haggling about? Nickels? What's Starlight going to think? Let's talk about what's really important. Who did we save today? And he looks over at Black Noir. Black Noir, would you like to say first? Would you like to start off? Who would you save today? Which is funny because Black Noir doesn't talk at all. He's silent, completely silent. So the fact that he picked him first is funny. As long as he's sign languages or something. He does not talk for the first 3 seasons of of The Boys. It's just the Quiet Ninja. He's like their version of Batman, I guess. If Batman had Captain America's abilities.
Yeah.
Loves his knives, though. Afraid of Soldier Boy. All right, so Huey goes to Vought, and Butcher gives him, like, he takes off the covering for his cell phone. He puts the listening device on the back, and he covers it back. A very simple, I guess, way to carry a listening device. And he tells him what he's got to do. You get up to Vought Tower. You go up to the 7th conference room. You shake hands with A-Train. You tell him to go to you tell him you need to go to the bathroom. You take the sticky part off of the listening device. You flush it down the toilet. You go back to the thing. You sign the deal. You stick the thing underneath the thing, and you get out. He's like, you got it? That's all you gotta do. Like, that's it. She was like, that's a lie. Let me write this down. Like, he starts flipping out. And he's like, and so Billy tried to calm down by saying, like, look, you can either do this. You can either take the red pill, go up to VOD, and, change your life forever, or you can take the blue pill, or is it the red pill, or you can, just stop being a cunt and get out there. And that's basically what he said. Like, I'm dead serious. Just don't be a cunt. Get the fuck out of my car. So he goes up there, he meets A-Train, and he starts having this little panic attack where A-Train, he sees A-Train as he looked when he killed Robin, just covered in blood, and he's just freaking out. And then, like, something clicks in his head all of a sudden. He's just like, I accept your apology, thank you. You were out there saving the world, huh? And then A-Train leaves, and then he looks at the guy, the guy that offered him the check at his house a while ago. He's like, hey, where's your bathroom at? He goes to the bathroom that was on the floor that Starlight always goes to, that same bathroom. And he's in the toilet. He's trying to, like, take the thing off, take the plastic off, and he this big slam, because someone slams the bathroom door, and he drops the fucking listening device outside the bathroom stall because he's hiding in the stall. And he just fucking stops like a fucking deer in headlights. Starlight comes in, and she touches herself up with some makeup by the window, and she leaves. And once he realizes that that person's gone, because he doesn't see it, he doesn't know it's Starlight.
Yeah.
And the Annie that he met a little bit ago is fucking wild. How like, it always, like, Easter eggs always coming together, or I guess world building we should call it. And so she leaves. He hears her leaving, never looks to the stall or anything, puts his hand underneath, grabs the listening device, takes the plastic off, throws it down the toilet, goes back, and as he's leaving, Translucent just appears, right? And he's like, what the fuck? Because that was weird, because he saw the listening device on the floor, but he just made sure not to do anything. So he just goes invisible again, is what I'm assuming, because he must have followed him into the conference room. Because so Huey goes in, signs the NDA, slaps the thing underneath the table like a fucking spy, bam, and fucking leaves. The Butcher drops him off at his work, and he's like, you ever seen an asshole rip up $45,000? And he rips up the $45,000 check, because to him it wasn't about the money, it was about, justice for Robin.
Yeah.
And he goes to work, and like that little action he did was like really, for Butcher, was like, oh, you're a good kid, Huey. Like that, like really, like spoke to him, I guess. Like you can see like the minute facial change in Butcher's face when he saw him do that. It's like, oh, this really is a good guy. He didn't give a shit about 45. Like if it was me, 45 grand. Like, I mean, did I really love my girlfriend? Well, I mean, this 45 will go a long way. Just to be a douchebag. You'd be surprised how quick people forgive the death of their family for some money. Real fucked up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, take your money and shove it up your ass. I'm gonna bring all VOD down. I'm gonna give Homelander these hands. Hit him twice and they get crushed like a melon.
It's like, I'm gonna make Homelander give the Deep a blowjob.
Oh God. And so Huey's just at work, right? He's just like his boss leaves. You gonna close up, Huey? Like, I got it, boss. Just throwing like little lug nuts into like the little like sorting tray. And the door opens up again, like so he doesn't look over. He's like, oh, sorry, we're closed. And he looks over, and it's like fucking just, there's no one there. And then out of nowhere, someone says like, who the fuck are you? And Huey fucking flips the fuck out. And like the guy like it's Translucent. He drops the fucking listening device on the table. Like, I followed you from the tower, bitch. And he fucking just starts beating the shit out of Huey. Like, who was that guy in the car with you? He's just an Uber. Like, don't fucking lie to me. And he's about to fucking kill Huey with a fucking TV, like a big ass screen TV.
Yeah.
Like with enough force, like one of these TVs to fucking crack someone's skull open. And right before he does, this fucking the angle is the cinematographer was fucking legendary for this, because it goes from like him, like it starts on like a top down, so we're looking all like down, like the old GTA game, the very first one, which is horse shit.
Yeah.
Where everything is like on the top of their head.
Mm-hmm.
And he's coming over to fucking crack his skull, right? And a car fucking comes into frame right to the fucking doors, like he right to the fucking front of the store, into the building, and fucking hits Translucent. He's invisible, right? But he goes through like 4 or 5 different fucking aisle, like shells, boom, 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 boom. And then he opens the door like, get out of here, Huey, I got this. And so Butcher starts fighting Translucent. And by the way, this is a great example of the way to be a good fighter or soldier, or whatever you want to be in life, is adaptability to the situation. Like, Butcher's fighting an invisible man, and he does not know where to hit him. So he's getting socked in the face a lot, and so he got hit enough that he's bleeding out of his mouth, right? So what does he do? He spits on Translucent, and covers him in blood. So there you are, you cunt. And he starts punching him, right? And then he grabs a hold of his hand and it spits in Translucent's hands. So now Translucent's covered in blood, but he's invisible. Like, adaptability to the situation will keep you alive.
Right.
Instead of being strict. If you follow a strict set of skills that you have, you'll die pretty quick.
Well, that's like the saying that you can know all the karate or martial arts that you want, but it's only going to work if somebody follows along with you.
That's true. Kick him in the nuts, so I say. Kick him in the nuts so hard they fucking go open his throat. They just fall up in his throat.
They start coughing their nuts in their throat.
Fucking nuts stuck in your throat like 3 Adam's apples. Look like a frog trying to breathe. So Butcher, of course, he loses because this guy's got, his skin is like as hard as diamonds, and he's invisible, so he's going to lose eventually. He doesn't have super strength, though, which if he did, it would have a whole different story. So he's Translucent's about to kill him with the crowbar because Butcher pulled out a crowbar that he only used, never got to use because he missed when he tried to hit him. He was invisible. Huey comes back after he was thought about running away, but he decided not to. He comes back, and oh, did I fuck up again? I did fuck up again. There was a scene before that between the Stillwater and the Baltimore mayor, or Stillwell, where she called him up on the phone and he's driving to his car, or he's driving back home, and they agreed to $230 million a year, but that he doesn't talk about Compound V at all. So if he doesn't talk about Compound V, it's $230 million a year, and he's like, I'm glad we could come to this arrangement. And he fucking hangs with the phone. Anyway, back to the fight. So Huey comes back after thinking about running away. He's like, I can't run away. I gotta help Butcher. And Butcher's about to get his fucking head caved in with the crowbar. Huey grabs this the TV that Translucent pulled out. The cable is like still live. So Huey grabs the cable and tries to shove it up Translucent's ass, but it doesn't go far enough. And Translucent notices that he turns around, and when he does, Butcher kicks him into the fucking wire. Like, you can see his butt cheeks, like you can see it light up in the fucking, out of all the invisible stuff that you see his ass cheeks, like go like different colors, different shades of orange from getting electrified. And Translucent just fucking passes out, like clean out. And they think he's dead because Butcher kicks him in the face. He was like, is he dead? Like, oh, he ain't moving, mate. And I was like, how'd you know that would work? And here's the great thing about this show is that little stuff that you didn't notice at first, when you rewatch it, you do. When Huey said earlier in the episode when he was trying to sell the HDMI cable that carbon was more conductive.
Yeah.
Then Translucent said that his skin is carbon metamaterial. And then so he was like, oh, carbon's highly conductive. There you go. Fucking beautiful way to set it up.
Yeah.
He was always going to be vulnerable to electricity. We just didn't know it till he got hit. And so Butcher's like, all right, help me get him into the boot. And he's like, the boot? Like the trunk? Come on. He's like, what do you mean? Like, you're a federal agent. We just got assaulted. You will be fine. He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not actually a fed. So he was like, who the fuck are you? And that's where that one cuts off. Them trying to take a fucking superhero. It'd be like them fucking knocking out the Flash, right? In that universe, and then try to hide him. Like, dude, like, what do you do with the body? We got to get rid of this body. Because once the rest of the Justice League find out he's dead.
Right.
So once the Seven find out that Translucent's out, plus they have tracking devices. All those superheroes have. I don't know how they get them into the skin, by the way. So they're like indestructible. So go figure. So the episode ends with the mayor of Baltimore on his private jet home with his son, and it's like a little stormy day, the stormy night. So or it's a Stormy Daniels, and and. She should call her booze Lightning and Thunder, because it would make sense. And that's all I'm saying. Always follow the theme. I like when you follow the theme. So it's a lot of turbulence, right? He's trying to make it. By the way, his son got an autographed photo of Homelander. It's like, thank you, Dad. So cool. Like you of course, son, anything for your son. And the son looks out the window and sees Homelander. And Homelander waves him, and the son's like, Dad, look, it's Homelander. And the dad's like, what the fuck is Homelander? By the way, this is fucked up on my part, but the guy that plays the mayor, he has this vein on his forehead, right? That looks like a V. So when he kept saying Compound V, his vein kept looking like a V to me. That I can never unsee it anymore.
No, nobody else can either.
No one else can either. I promise you. The minute he said Compound V, you'll see a V on the forehead. I'm like, oh, he's been taking compound V. And the Homelander's like looking at him, right? And the image here, right? Because we're looking at him from the glare of the glass. Like we're looking at him outside we're looking at the dad and the son. We're outside the plane,
Mm-hmm.
and the glare. You can see Homelander like in the glare of the window, and you can see his eyes light up like with laser beams, and he just fucking blows his fucking plane up, just like boom, boom with laser beams. Like he just goes up down boom, and like the shit just fucking crashes into the ocean. He just stands there looking triumphant, like hell yeah, I just did that shit. So that simple act of that, we know that but that simple fact of the fact that he killed a little boy, like it was nothing, just let you know how diabolical he actually is.
Right.
And that's it. That's it for episode 1 of The Boys. Next week we'll do episode 2, and we'll just keep going till we're done. We'll see how far season 4 goes. Shit gets wild.
Yeah. It's one of those shows that Invincible kind of pushed that same envelope.
They pushed it further when fucking Omni-Man killed the entire fucking team.
Aside
Guardians of the Globe.
Aside from Immortal,
Yeah.
since he's literally.
I would have thrown that bitch into the sun, by the way. Like, I'm just saying, like, I would have just thrown in some lava or something. There's something that can destroy him. If you can't destroy him, at least you got to contain him. If I can contain him, I would have kept his body. I would have just chopped his body and thrown him throughout the galaxy. I'll throw your leg here, your fucking foot here. Here's your arm, your head over here. I'm done. I'm a diabolical human being, is what I'm saying. If you tell me that you're going to regenerate, then I'm going to figure out how not to.
Right.
If I got to if I have to dump continual lava onto Wolverine for the rest of his life, like a perpetual state of lava pool, he'll never regenerate again. I'm that diabolical.
I think that's how Wonder Woman won that fight. And what do you call it?
Whipped her titties out. Pow.
Smacked her with it.
What breast size? Never mind. What breast size you think? What? Never mind.
D?
A D? I thought she was an A cup.
No.
Just super built like a tank.
No.
Oh.
She's got some D's.
You can't have D's being that fucking built for battle.
Yeah, you could.
They'd be all muscle.
And she got those titties.
Fucking flexing right now. You guys don't even know. All right, guys. Well, we will be back for more Wise Kids You Know and more The Boys.